Hello, my name is Jackson Fleet. I'm a senior here at Ball State. My hometown is West Lafayette, Indiana, and my favorite candy is gummy bears. So today we're going to be talking about the Washington football team controversy. Now, to start, the Washington Redskins was their old name. It was the Washington D.C.'s football team's nickname has been the Redskins, and there's been a lot of controversy about this name. Some people want to change it. Some people want it to stay. The support for change came from the Native American people, and the support to keep the name came from the fans, the organization, and almost the NFL as a whole. Now, let's go back and do a little bit of history of the Washington Redskins and their logo and their name. So, this is actually one of the NFL's oldest franchises. It started out in the city of Boston in Massachusetts in 1932, and they were quick to change their name. They were at first the Boston Braves, but a year after they started their organization in 1933, they changed their name to the Boston Redskins. And then finally in 1937, they moved to Washington, D.C., with their name still staying as the Redskins, just the Washington, D.C. Redskins. Now, let's go over what is a Redskin, because that's a big part of what the controversy and what is in the controversy. So it's pretty easy. The Redskin is a racial slur for a Native American person. And it can get worse than that because it is historically known as a term for a scalped head of a Native American person. And not only that, a scalped head that then would be sold like animal skin for money. So here, what is the problem? It's pretty easy. An NFL team, football team's name was a racial slur for Native Americans. And this has been a problem since the 1960s. That is when people really started bringing up the topic that this was a problem. Native American individuals and groups were deeply offended by the logo and wanted it gone and started speaking up then. And for 60 years, ownership, management, players, fans, and the NFL as a whole supported the team's brand. And they claimed that it was not intended to be shown in a negative way and that it was to quote unquote honor their achievements, when in reality it was just a racist logo. Now, this is a little video about the Native Americans' response to people who thought that the Redskins were honoring the Native American people, and this is them explaining a little bit about the Redskin name and about their culture.
Proud, forgotten, Indian, Navajo, Blackfoot, Inuit, and Sioux, survivor, spiritualist, patriot, Sitting Bull, Hiawatha, and Jim Thorpe. Mother, father, son, daughter, chief, Apache, Pueblo, Choctaw, Chippewa, and Crow. Underserved, struggling, resilient. Squanto, Red Cloud, Tecumseh, and Crazy Horse. Rancher, teacher, doctor, soldier. Seminole, Seneca, Mohawk, and Creek. Mills, Will Rogers, Geronimo. Unyielding, strong, indomitable. Native Americans call themselves many things. The one thing they don't.
So as you can tell from that video, it was pretty powerful. They really explained that the Redskin name is not an honored name, and they don't call each other that. They don't want to be called that, and they want it off that football team, and they want it off the big media. So what is the problem with the team? The Washington football team for years has done nothing but fight back all the controversy regarding the team's name. They claim to be respecting the culture by using the mascot, but in reality, they're dehumanizing an entire group of people. So the question, should the name be changed or not? And the ethical issue is the team ethics, or lack thereof. The team really does lack respect. The Washington football team has not shown respect to the Native American people and their culture. And they have also lacked unity. The team has put a real divide between themselves and the Native American people by not changing their name sooner. Now, the ethics of the Native American people. Honesty. The Native American people have been honest about how they feel about the team's logo and how their culture is really shown by this team logo, and it's not how they want to be shown in mass media. Assertiveness. The Native American people have been very assertive in explaining their beliefs of the logo and forming groups to start change about the logo. And commitment. The Native American people have been committed to start change on this topic and really show the world and the NFL who they really are and not just this racist logo. So the outcome. Although this has been a topic of discussion for a while, in 2020, the Washington football team finally took their mascot and name off of their uniforms and became the Washington football team. And as of February this year, the Washington football team has officially changed their name and logo to the Washington Commanders. So the Washington Redskins name and logo is finally gone. Now, the ethical decision / answer to the ethical question, I think that it took them too long to change the name. I think they should have done it years ago. There's been a lot of push for a lot of years, but I do think that it was an ethical decision to change the name. So I do think the team was in the right now, and I think the best thing that we can do as people and as everyone is to just move on and accept them as the Washington Commanders and forget the Washington Redskin name and logo. Thank you.